Hi there, my name is Phil Becken, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share and subscribe and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. If you like Doctor Who, which I'm assuming you do, I'm giving away Doctor Who DVDs. The next one I'm giving away is Dalek War, Jon Pertwee two-story box set, 4 DVDs. Fantastic stories. Frontier in Space and Planet of Daleks, a Master story and a Dalek story. Really, really great stories. All you have to do to win it is subscribe to the channel and comment using the hashtag Dalek War. The instructions will be in the video notes. And I will be doing the... Oh, you can comment on any social media platform, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, obviously. And I'll be doing the drawing after the next episode of Doctor Who, which will be tomorrow night on Sunday, January 12th, Orphan 55, that's the name of the episode, I think. And I'll be on the TARDIS Zone directly after the episode airs. And I'll announce the winner then, as long as Noel, who runs that stream, is okay with it. Again, I think I only have like 2 or 3 entrants right now, so you're probably going to win. You're a very, very high chance of winning it if you do that. And firstly, I have to thank Charlotte Shields for this video. Charlotte Shields is somebody who left a comment on one of my videos. On my own videos. I'm just going to make an aside and say, I'm really enjoying YouTubing. YouTubing is awesome. I really recommend it. It takes virtually no money to start. I think it didn't cost me any money to start off. I have a webcam built into my computer, so that's really all I needed. And it's really fun. It's really fun for several reasons. Firstly, I don't bore my family by like raging about Doctor Who to them or whatever I'm raging about. They don't have to listen to my nerd rage, so it's really nice to have a place to outpour. But what's really nice about it is the comments on the video. You get to interact with the people watching your videos, and it's always nice to interact with people where they share your point of view or they don't share your point of view. Unfortunately, I'm sure if you're new to my channel, I really disliked the Chris Chibnall era thus far. I think this season's been a great improvement, but still fatally flawed. And we're 2 episodes in. And so if anybody's really loves this season, I've had a couple of people make comments on my videos, and so I replied to them, and I want to engage with them, because I just don't understand. I don't understand their point of view. But they never reply, which is something that we're going to be talking about a little bit tonight. So I'm thanking Charlotte Shields she made a comment on, I think, my last video, which really got me thinking. I'm a rabbi. I live in Israel, and I'm almost always offline for the Sabbath. So I don't watch TV or go online or use any like electronic devices for 25 hours from Friday night till Saturday night. About half hour ago, where the Sabbath finished. It gives you time to read and to think. And so I really was thinking about this comment which you made, and I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant. Charlotte, you're brilliant. This was absolutely brilliant, and it really put her finger on something very important. So the title of the video is Representation versus Tokenism. And how, I guess, I might put the subtitle, how diversity and inclusionism becomes exclusionism. So, well, it sounds a bit of a mouthful. I probably won't put that. I don't know. But it's like this. When Russell T Davies or Stephen Moffat wanted to have greater representation and diversity within Doctor Who, they wrote fantastic characters, fantastic index characters, which we fell in love with, which happened to not represent like the mainstream heteronormative demographic, which like Captain Jack. Captain Jack, for example, omnisexual, but he was so much more than his sexuality. You know, it's like also Yanto as well. Yanto's bisexual. Well, that's actually something I thought they didn't do so well in the first season of Torchwood. How they had, I think, virtually every character had some kind of same-sex encounter. Yeah, and I just think the demographics of that were unlikely. So but we have like fully formed characters who we love, and that's what representation is. Bill Potts as well. The Bill Potts, I think Moffat made a mistake by having her say she's a lesbian. Like it felt like she said it every 20 minutes. It wasn't that way, but it felt very much on the nose. But still, Bill Potts was a three-dimensional, rounded character, well-written character, as are all the characters. Are Martha Jones, Mickey Smith. Yeah, these are all real people with real lives and real fans who I cared about. And I continue to care about, and that's why I think Doctor Who was much more popular under those eras than it is currently. Because nowadays, Chris Chibnall, because he very much wants to have diversity and representation, he goes into something else called tokenism. Tokenism is when you put a character like the most famous use of it is called the token black, from the 70s, when he said, wait a minute, we have to have one dark-skinned character in the show. So you had like every show had like one dark-skinned guy in it, which is fine, okay, fine. But that's this kind of same thing. You have people who are defined only by their surface characteristics. We are in the second season of Chris Chibnall's era. Can anybody tell me anything about the personality of Yaz? Anything at all? Like, really? She's a policewoman, and she's of Indian descent. I can't describe that. That's all there is to describe about her. I think the worst infraction of tokenism it has got to be the 13th Doctor costume with the rainbow going across her chest. It's so on the nose. It's so obvious. It's like saying, I'm down with the LGBTQ folks. Well, she's really not down with the LGBTQ folks. She's down with the T folks. She's the LGB. Everybody is down with. Nobody has a problem with that. Again, look, I'm a rabbi, which means my morality comes from old school Old Testament Bible thumping morality, which does put me in conflict with people who have same-sex relations, right? But it'd be insane if I would judge my own personal morality or push it onto other people and not respect and talk about people as people. And like it's not who people sleep with is none of my business, and I really don't care. I really don't think it makes any impact on them, and I certainly wouldn't judge anybody upon that. And that's me, who's a freaking Bible thumping Old Testament rabbi. If I can like not even as a example of tokenism, if I can like embrace my gay friends, my lesbian friends, which I have many, like if I can. I'll give you a great example of what I'm talking about. When I was growing up, we had these two women rented a room from my grandparents' house, and we never knew I didn't think about it at the time because I was too little. But as I got older, we never knew if they were gay or not. We actually just nobody ever really asked. It was the 70s. Nobody really asked, and so. What was it? The 2000s, when same-sex marriage became legal in England, they got married. So that kind of answer that question. Now, from my rabbinic old school Bible thumping point of view, I should condemn that. I should say no. But I know these two women from my Esme and Jodie. Hi, how are you? If you're watching this, how are you? I love you. I'd love to speak to you again. These two women. I couldn't help but feel joy for them, for their marriage, whatever. Why? Because I knew them, and I knew that they were people. They weren't tokens. They weren't their sexuality. They were human beings, and I loved them, and I'm happy for them. I'm elated for them, even though that choice conflicted with my personal biblical. I've got the word stuck in my mouth now. Morality. Okay, so that's really the I think the biggest crime of the of the Chibnall era, and it's much worse, but behind the camera than in front of the camera. We have 4 new writers this year. I think chosen primarily as the writers last year. They were chose primarily for their very surface characteristics, not according to their aptitude to write science fiction, to write Doctor Who. Now their episodes haven't aired. They may be the greatest classics ever, but probably they're not going to be. We've seen this before. We've seen, especially with Star Trek Discovery, which I find to be the dumbest show I've ever seen. It's like literally they've forgotten important plot points from within the same episode. And I think that's because it's they're hiring people using tokenism rather than using ability, and so I think it's an insult to these four writers. I think it's an insult to Amanda Gill and Tosin Cole and Jodie Whittaker, to be honest with you, because you hired them not because you had these characters fleshed out for them, because they have no character. They really Yaz especially has no character. You hired them for their skin color, for their ethnicity, for their genitalia. So yeah, I think this might be one of the reasons that something really weird just went down, which I have to do some more looking into before I talk about it. But it seems to be that Rotten Tomatoes has removed the audience score from this season of Doctor Who. It was at 32%, and now it's vanished. So yeah, it goes back to what I was saying originally about fans of this season refusing to engage. They like to say bleh, attack, but they refuse to engage. They refuse to talk to the others. They refuse to talk to me. And I'm not a scary guy. I'm happy to talk to anyone. I really am. I mean, let's all be polite. I think we should all be polite. Even if we disagree. Yeah, even if we have the horrible crime of disagreeing about Doctor Who, I think we should be able to talk with one another. So yeah, I just find they're unable to have any way of processing or dealing with the very legitimate criticism against this season, which is this era, which I think is just horrible tokenism. The tokenism was so bad that I think that's really how Jodie Whittaker got cast. Not because they didn't think, who is going to be the woman who should be this iconic role? Who should be the first one to take on this landmark role, this iconic role, who can really do it justice? No, he thought, let's think about one person I like and one person I know, and do that. See, it's clear now. It's clear now that they've introduced monsters and villains into the season. That the weakness that Jodie has with the part, and the weakness is in the confrontations. I think. If you watch that confrontation with Lenny Henry's character, or a confrontation with anyone, when she's like, I see the pictures of her staring at the Jodie, she's not able to do it. She's not able to sell it. And I think that's really, and so I think they've done a massive disservice to the cause that they really wanted to get plaudits from, which was women, which is feminism. They hired somebody who I just don't think has has it within them to be able to pull off this role convincingly. Which I'm looking at all my Doctor Who action figures right now. They're above by camera. So I'm going. I can't think of any actor who, let's say in the 80s, like Colin Baker had some pretty dire stories, but still, again, I keep going back to Terror of the Verboys, which I still think is a shockingly bad story. But as soon as Colin Baker walks into the room, he is a tower of authority, and he gives such a convincing portrayal through this dire script, which again Jodie just hasn't been able to do. And the Jodie fans, I think they're called Jodie bots. The Jodie fans are unable to engage in any dialogue, simply because there's not much to say. They have no response to it, which is sad. At the end of the day, I really just want good Doctor Who. I really, but more globally, I don't think I have a problem with diversity and inclusion. I don't. I have a problem with tokenism, which is false diversity and inclusion, which I think is the core problem running through this series of Doctor Who. What do you think? I had a big spiel about how much I like to talk about it. And really, genuinely, if you're on the other side of the argument, please just let me know your thoughts. And if you ever want to go do a video together, do a live stream together, just let me know. I would, I think we need to start healing this divide between us. And we're all fans of Doctor Who. I know, I hate this season, but I hate this era. But I feel that Doctor Who is the thing that if something happens that you hate, then you just have to wait a little bit and it gets better. That's why I still watch it, because I'm just waiting for it to get better. I don't think it can get better with Whittaker in the role. I just don't think she has it in her. And again, I think it's an insult to her that they hired her without seeing that she can have the metal to sell the role. I remember what's the DVD? I think is it Sylvester McCoy's first one. The not Twin Dilemma. That's the Time and the Rani. I think Time and the Rani. You see his screen test, and he says in interviews that they know he could do the clowny stuff and the physical comedy. But did he have the metal to sell the role of Doctor Who? And that's what those screen tests said. I don't think Jodie has that metal, and I think the reason, as I said, she was hired was pure tokenism. What do you think? My name is Sheila Becken, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.